Well, her name's Rock Chalk. She's the talk of the town. We're the German Shepherd duo, always sniffing around. Smith and Wesson by her side, they ain't just for show. They're the muscle when she's hustling, solving crime on the go. She's got her boots in the dirt, she's cracking the case. A true crime queen with a smirk on her face. Loves her country rap bumping, got that twang in that beat. You mess around with her, you're in for a treat. Oh, F-A-F-O, better watch your step. Rock Chalk's on the scene, she'll clean up your mess. With her dogs and her charm, she'll track you down slow. Oh, F-A-F-O, yeah, you reap what you sow. She's got a badge and a sassy attitude to boot. Kicks down doors like she's in hot pursuit. Smith and Wesson bark, don't you dare run. She's the queen of the scene, yeah, she gets it done. Country rap on the radio, she's cruising the street. From the city to the sticks, she's the one to meet. Her motto's real simple, don't try no bluff. Mess around all you want, but you'll find out quick enough. Whoa, F-A-F-O, better watch your step. Rock Chalk's on the scene, she'll clean up your mess. With her dogs and her charm, she'll track you down slow. Oh, F-A-F-O, yeah, you reap what you sow. She's got cowboy boots and a badge of steel. With a heart of gold and nerves unreal. You thought you could hide, but she's always in the know. Now you're caught, son, F-A-F-O. So here's the Rock Chalk and her Shepherd crew. Smith and Wesson got her back and they're coming for you. Country rap in her veins, she's the queen of the scene. F-A-F-O is her motto, and she's living the dream. Rock Chalk out. Hey! She's got cowboy boots and a badge of steel. With a heart of gold and nerves unreal. You thought you could hide, but she's always in the know. Now you're caught, son, F-A-F-O. So here's the Rock Chalk and her Shepherd crew. Smith and Wesson got her back and they're coming for you. Country rap in her veins, she's the queen of the scene. F-A-F-O is her motto, she's living the dream. Rock Chalk out.
What's up? How's everybody doing? I see. Strange was here. Always love to have Pia. Dropped her link. She's been a friend of the channel a long time. Strange Suspicion. Let's see here. We got Deb C. And Texas Lady Jayhawk. Beach Baby. Hello. Beach Baby every day. When you going live, Rock? Every day. Here we are. We are live. It's good to see everybody. Not a whole lot to talk about. Just want to check in, see how everybody's doing. Strange says Bob just bought his gathering ticket. I got to get mine before they sell out. They are $300 each. Ooh, yeah, kind of expensive, but it's worth it. They're going to go to the Juggalo gathering. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Catch up the chat. I did find, hey Jane, good to see you. As always, much love to everybody that's here. Love seeing every one of you. So, you know, the common theme in Oklahoma is they're police officers. It's kind of strange. They seem to get in trouble one place, go to another place, and they're allowed to still be an officer. Like Kevin McIntyre. The guy gets a grand jury indictment. He's a DA special appointed task force officer. They do a grand jury indictment, and he also fakes a burglary, ends up losing his job, and goes to the Panhandle, gets another job. Still not done looking into all that, but I'm going to show you something here. Because, again, Oklahoma, you seem to have a lot of issues.
We don't see it often, but a Green Country police officer found himself in handcuffs last night.
You don't see it often, but since I've been doing the Kansas Moms case and digging into Oklahoma, I see it a lot. What do you mean don't see it often?
He's accused of pawning equipment owned by the Inola Police Department. 2 News Oklahoma's Douglas Braff asked local law enforcement how this could have happened.
Here's what cameras captured Wednesday night. Rogers County deputies arrested Isaiah Roberts. Roberts used to work here at the Inola Police Department, but the Rogers County Sheriff's Office says he took several items from here and pawned them off.
A few days ago, Isaiah Roberts made an application to the Rogers County Sheriff's Office for a position as a detention officer. He was interviewed.
Sheriff Scott Walton tells me they started a background investigation and found Roberts had a history of pawning items.
One of the items that he pawned was an expensive night vision type scope for a rifle that belonged to the Inola Police Department. So obviously red flag shoots up.
The sheriff tells me Roberts stopped by the county courthouse here on Wednesday thinking he was going to get that job, but he could not have been more wrong. Instead, Sheriff Walton says Roberts found himself in handcuffs. The affidavit says he admitted to IPD to having the scope on Wednesday. What's more, Walton tells me the background check found other red flags. Robert's driver's license was suspended several times, and he'd often be late on child support payments.
How did Inola Police Department not know about this?
I don't think it's my business to address how they do background checks, but I mean, I can tell you that it was not long into this background check that our investigator found these red flags, and they only got rid of it.
Inola Police Chief Cliff Stevens backed out of an on-camera interview we scheduled for Thursday, saying he was getting requests from many different outlets. Instead, he tells me he plans to send a news release vetted by the city's attorney.
How does somebody get away with this?
It certainly showcases a flawed system that somebody can stay in this position and go from one agency to another and have a track record like this.
Walton tells me if local law enforcement were paid more, then they'd maybe see fewer cases like this.
We done the profession of law enforcement a favor yesterday.
Roberts faces 1 count of embezzlement. In Rogers County, Douglas Braff, 2 News, Oklahoma.
I think it's a flawed system. I don't know. Seems to happen a lot there. Hey, Black Opal and Hawkeyes are starting their channel. Hawkeyes Nature. Still waiting for their first live. Can't wait. We will support them. We love them. Again, can't wait till they do their channel. So what's been going on in the YouTube streets, guys? I'll tell you, I've been digging back into the Idaho 4. Never really stopped. That's what brought me to YouTube. With the Kansas Moms case, we're still at a standstill. Got court July 30th. Looks like trials are not going to start till next year. So just kind of waiting. And I know I should have went live before now. And I just haven't felt like it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have not felt like going live. Got them 2 new babies, them 2 new grandbabies. And I don't know about you guys, where you're at in the country, in the world, but we've been getting a lot of rain. So today we've been mowing. Rick is still out there. I came in and decided I was going to do a live. So here we are. Let's see here. Wendy says, when people are trying to become police officers, is there psychological testing done on them? I feel like some people become cops because of the power. I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to agree with the fact that you got 2 types of police officers. You got one that, they do it because they really like the job and they want to help. And then you got another kind that they like that control and that power. But what I'm seeing in Oklahoma is they become police officers, they get in trouble, they just go to another area. So that tells me they're not doing background checks, and they're not doing psychologicals. Now, does regular police departments do psychologicals? I don't think so, unless they've changed that over the years. Now, if you want to become a U.S. Marshal or a Fed, they absolutely do background checks. They do psychologicals, everything. I'm going to guess that they don't do psychologicals just for your everyday sheriff deputy or your everyday city officer. Now, state might very well do it. I know the feds do. But, you know, it's pretty bad. One thing about COVID, when COVID hit, it made a lot of people not want to work again. And so I'm just going to say it, they've gotten lazy. They was getting that free money. There's jobs everywhere. And like in Wichita with the aircraft, part of the union contracts is they couldn't hire felons. Well, guess what? They're hiring felons now. They need the help. And it's really sad. I got a couple of friends that work for Texas Department of Corrections. It's a prison system. There's been a lot of people fired from them jobs too, and guess what? They're back to working them jobs. So how do we fix that? I'm not real sure. Because they're needing the help, so they're just going back to hiring people that they fired before. And that's sad. I think if rotten apples at the top, then whole barrel going to be big rotten. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Jane. But how do they stop it? I mean, you have to have the workers, right? I mean, crime's not stopping. If anything, it's tripling, it's quadrupling. So that means more officers are needed. So do they down their standards and hire these no good officers? That can't be any good, right? Jason says, I think McIntyre took advantage of a small municipality in Keys that is understaffed and funded on the first step and slipped under the radar. But he still got that job. He still got that job. It's sad. And he had jobs before that. Like I said, he got grand jury indicted. And then he went, hey, girly girl. Then he went to the Panhandle. He got a chief of police jobs there in Keys, and then they did away with that job. They've had a lot of problems with Cimarron County sheriffs. And he was an intern sheriff, but he didn't get elected for that sheriff job. So I'm going to agree with you that in that area, Jason, seems like not a lot of people apply. And in this last round in Cimarron County, this last round of sheriffs, they had a guy, the one that's a sheriff now, from Oklahoma City. He had come and he got that job as an interim sheriff. Election came, and they told him he was 8 days shy of being a resident. And that's when Clint Twombly was running for sheriff. And guess who got that job? Clint Twombly. Well, all of this stuff come out, and if you're new to the channel, Clint Twombly is a cousin to one of the four or one of the five that's been arrested. Seems that his truck might have been used in the crime. Also, the trailer was on his property, it seems like, and it was reported lost and stolen. He didn't know whose it was. A lot of shady shit going on in that area. And one thing I can tell you, after being in that area, is that a lot of shady shits went on for many, many years. And people has kept quiet. Too scared to talk. A lot of power in that area. You talk, you're liable to be disposed of and never found. So they've got a lot of unsolved. They also got a lot of what I consider to be homicides that was ruled suicide. And we're still digging into all that. We're digging into it. And sometimes it takes a little while to get to the nitty gritty of it. But you also got the court system. You got the judge over the Kansas Five that he was hired by one of them, Granny. He was her divorce attorney. She paid him money. And so Tad says it's conflict of interest. I've said it's conflict of interest from the very get-go. Why wouldn't they move this case to Oklahoma City? And the reason I said that is you want justice for all involved, okay? And you've got a DA that knows at least 2 of them, hung out with them. You got a judge that knows at least 1 of them, but in this small area, you're going to have to guess that they know all of them. Everybody knows everybody in this area. So why wouldn't they move the case? I don't know. Is it money to Guyman? Are they not moving it because of money? I don't know. It sure ain't because they're in a safe place as far as these 5, because we know that they're in a jail that you have to cross damn railroad tracks that sometimes them trains are 20, 30 minutes long to get to the courthouse. And the courthouse don't have any scanners. And when you go in the courtroom, they lock you in the courtroom. It's just some shakety stuff. I find it to be very sad. Very sad. If this was my family members, I would definitely be pushing to get this case moved to Oklahoma City. And then you got to worry about jury. You know, you got 5 that's going to be on trial, and you got to have a jury. What do you think the jury pool is going to look like? What's the chances of 1 getting through the system on that jury pool, and it only takes 1 for them to walk? That's what I say. That's what I say. Let's share Hawkeye's Nature. That is going to be Black Opal and Hawkeyes. They're going to do their own channel. They were going to go live on Friday night for the very first live ever. And Hawkeyes hasn't been feeling well, so they changed it. I don't know exactly when they're going to go live, but we as a channel here and as a family, we will support them, and I'll help them any way I can. I'm looking forward to them going live. I don't know about you guys, but I'm, taking care of the yard and stuff, and then going to YouTube, finding things to watch. I like having channels, different channels to look at. Jason says, in my opinion, the multitude of problems starts in Guyman, where the DA is over all 3 counties. I'm going to agree. Who also is ahead of the corrupt DA task force. Yes. Yeah. I mean, just not too long ago, we did a story. A truck driver was driving through Guyman, got pulled over by the DA task force. And she got a ticket, but it wasn't really a ticket. It was a piece of paper with a number on it to call and pay $300 something. Well, with the CDL, that's federally regulated. You can't just pay to get rid of tickets when you have a CDL. Anyway, supposedly the DA and all of them is under investigation from the FBI, but we haven't seen anything else on it. Oh, you're still feeling sick? That sucks. I hate to hear that. Laugh out loud, you took the words right out of my mouth, Black Opal. Still in bed today. Oh, well, I hope you get to feeling better. Get you some tea. Black Opal's got some really good remedies, too. Hopefully that'll get you to feeling better. Hey, for to see you smile. Good to see you. Listen, it's been a while since we did a live. It's been a while since several people could get in on the live. And again, with this Kansas Moms case, we're really at a standstill. So we're going to start covering some other things. And if nothing else, just to get together and talk. If anybody's got something to say, anything to share, let us know. Most of you have my personal number. If there's something that I need to go live for, all you got to do is let me know. The twins are great. They're doing really good. I will tell you, my daughter don't live too far from the house in Wichita. And Friday night, I was listening to the scanner, and there was a shooting. And I'll be damned if it wasn't on the corner where her house was. And, of course, I was trying to call her, kind of freaking out. And she did get with me. Everything's okay. But, yeah, there was a shooting over there in her area. So, and it's a pretty good area. So I'm just going to say it's happening everywhere. It happens in the good areas, too. But, yeah, the twins are doing good. Walker's still 4 pounds. Wallen's 6, a little bit over. And Mama's busy. And my 5-year-old granddaughter, at first she didn't want them. She wanted to exchange them. She wanted a girl and a boy. And so So, for you to see a smile, the most important question, has Wrangler gotten to give his kids a hug? No, he has not. He had a court date, and the day of court, it was a Zoom call, and that court was, Buddy Leach was sick that day. And so they continued it, and he has not went back to court yet. So, I personally feel like they're jerking Wrangler around, but Wrangler does have a really good job, an awesome wife, and he's got kids. He's got his daughter with his wife, and then he's got stepkids, but it's not the same. And not only that, I've always felt like his two kids should be back with him. They was used to having their mom, their grandma, and their dad in their life. Their mom and the grandma's completely taken out of their life, and so has Wrangler's been taken out of their life. Wrangler was in a rehab ordered by the courts. He did that. He's never had his kids taken away that I know of. He did that rehab, and why is he still not have his kids? I mean, he's did everything they've asked him to do, took all the classes they've asked him to take. And it seems like the Buddy Leach, the DA, he's the one dragging his feet on it. Now, when you have a court-appointed attorney, they tend to not work for you as hard as if you're paying an attorney. Now, I don't know, in that area, as a panhandle, is that normal, that they just do what they have to do to get by? I don't know. I do know that Wrangler has told me several times that it's hard to get the attorney to call him back. Yes, I agree with this. The longer they string it out, the longer he is sober in the court's eyes. Yeah, I mean, that happens when somebody gets a DUI. When you hire an attorney, but let me reiterate, Wrangler's not the one prolonging this. It's the courts themselves that's prolonging it. But, yeah, usually, like if somebody gets a DUI, their DUI attorney will try to put that court date off as much as they can to prove to the courts that, hey, this person screwed up and they're doing better and they're going to be better. And look how much sobriety they have under the belt. So I'm going to agree with that. Black Couple says prayers and positive vibes for Wrangler and his family. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you guys only saw the emails and the messages I get of people not wanting Wrangler to get his kids back. And that's sad, because I'd be the first to say, if I saw anything that I felt would be dangerous for his children to be with him, I would be the first to say it. I'll call it like it is. And I haven't found anything. Now, yeah, was he into drugs and did some bad things? Yeah, people make mistakes. Can they change? They can't. I don't see where he ever endangered his kids or anything like that. And he's clean and sober. Did everything that the courts has told him to do. Now, can I see where the family would try to hold on to them kids? I do see that. I mean, they've lost their daughter, their aunt, their sister, and the next thing closest to her is her children, and they're going to try to hold on to them. I understand that. But at some point, what's in the best interest of the kids? These kids have lost their grandma, they lost their mom, and they've lost their dad at this point. It's got to be pretty traumatic. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just telling you what I think. I think it's got to be really rough on them kids. And at some point, somebody's got to start thinking of the kids' best interest. Surely they're going to a psychologist. They've been through a lot. And surely they got somebody that is looking out for their best interest and doing therapy for them and seeing where they're at and seeing how they can reintegrate dad back in their life. He should at least get to go to therapy or someplace to see them. I agree. They know him. It's bullshit. The court is so slow in setting court dates. Yeah, I agree. And the last I knew, I haven't talked to him for a little while. I've been kind of busy myself, with just personal life, family, twins and my granddaughter and just things going on. But so I do need to call Wrangler. So I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks. But last I knew, he hadn't had a court date set. And he has not got to talk to these children at all since he went to rehab. Now, when he went to rehab, he couldn't have any contact with anybody for a long time. So I know that he hasn't had any phone calls up to that point. And then up to a couple of weeks ago, he hasn't even got to talk to his children. So I find that pretty stressful. But again, he's got a good job. He works hard. He goes to church. He believes in God. And he does a lot with his church. I don't think it's a show. I think he really, really is trying to do the best he can and be the best person he can be. And for that, I will always support Wrangler. Like I said, people make mistakes. It's the kids' most formative years, too. Yeah, it is. Not only that, again, I've said it already, but they lost their grandma, they lost their mom, and now they don't have their dad either. So everybody that was important in their lives, that was really close to them, is now out of their lives. As a young child, how's that messing with them mentally? You know, the last time I talked to Wrangler, I was told that the kids were wetting their pants and doing all kinds of stuff. That, to me, would be a sign that they're not happy in what they're going through, and they need some therapy, some big-time therapy. Yeah, I agree 100%. He should have them. And, you know, somebody had left me a message and said that the kids didn't want to see their dad. Well, what are the kids being told? If the kids said this, that they didn't want to see their dad, what are the kids being told to make the kids say they don't want to see their dad? What are these young children being told? What do these young children know about what's happened? I mean, surely they don't know what happened. Are you in agreement that these young children should know that Granny had their mom unalived? I'm just curious. You know, I get some crazy messages, crazy emails. And listen, everybody has a right to think the way they want to think, even in my chat. You know, don't come in here dogging Wrangler. But if you said, well, I don't think Wrangler should have them, her family should have them, well, that's your opinion. But you got to start thinking of the best interests of these kids. And Veronica loved the kids. She absolutely loved her kids. Would she be okay with them not having contact with their father? I don't know. It seems like to me that her and Wrangler was trying to work together on these on the kids. So with that said, are they doing what Veronica would want? Would Veronica want their dad completely out of their life? I don't think so. I'm going to guess that no. Now, you know, parenting don't come with a manual. And there's mistakes that everybody makes. Some small, some big. Does that mean they're not going to be a good person or they can't change? Well, people get tied up in drugs. Alcohol's not illegal, but alcohol's addictive. They are going to have them kids long enough to mess with their head. That makes me so mad. Me too. And that's what I feel like has happened, because the emails I've got and the messages I've got where I'm being told that the kids don't want to see their dad. And again, what are the kids being told that makes them say that? It can't be good. Deb C says, tells you they do not have the best interests of these kids. I need to put my glasses on. Any of them, including Leach. Yeah, I agree. Black Opal says, unfortunately, yes. Jane says, in UK, we have the odd remote areas where the locals all look the same. Is there a local look in the Panhandle? I don't know that they all look the same. I will tell you that in the Panhandle, hey, Mikey, good to see you. Big Mikey. In the Panhandle, you just kind of turn your eye. You turn your eye to what's going on. You know, when I was out there searching for Veronica and Jillian, there's no doubt in my mind, many of the farmers in that area knew what had went down. As a matter of fact, they'd catch me off camera and talk to me. Do I think they know everything that went down? Some of them I do believe they knew exactly what went down. You know, when the other creator starts talking about they had crime scene photos the day of and blood was pooling in the ditches. I'm going to say that could be possible. Normal cases, no. No, this case has a gag order. Not only that, they wouldn't be sharing any crime scene photos. But in this case, it's small town. Everybody knows everybody. Could it possibly have been them photos been shared? Very possible. Very possible. But if the police department knew, they only did a mile east and west and north and south searching for these women. Okay. Not only that, it wasn't law enforcement that was searching. It was the fire department and a few farmers. And I do know that Kansas, one of the deputy sheriffs there came up with some people and offered to search, and they were told no. So why wasn't there a search? Because at that point, nobody knew what was going on. But they have something else happen over in Cimarron County, and they bring dogs, they bring drones, they bring everything. Here, these two women were missing. Their car's there. There was no helicopters. There was no drones. There was even any place looking. I just found it really strange. Really strange. And then it took them 14 days before they recovered the bodies. So if they knew the day of where these women were, like this other creator said, why did it take 14 days to recover the bodies? I don't know. I'm interested to see it in court and see exactly what went down. Because I'm only guessing. At this point, I'm only guessing. I got to see it to see what went down. Jason says at minimum, there should be supervised visitation. Was there ever an actual ruling that took those rights from him? No, there was not an actual ruling. He's never had his rights taken. No. So I don't understand. A lot of parents, get ordered to rehab. They get out and they have their kids. But in this case, it's not going down that way. And why is it? Very possible. Very possible the reason it's not going this way is because of Veronica's family. They're wanting to hold on to them kids. Are they trying to punish Wrangler for what his mom did? Because I'll tell you, I've seen nothing that has connected to him to even knowing what his mom was going to do. And he was in rehab. So if I saw anything that connected him to it, I'd be the person to tell you. I found nothing. Nothing connecting him to it. These crime scene photos that Dick Sucker says he's got day of, yeah, I'm telling you. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. AJ Thomas, good to see you. Again, there's not a lot that I got to tell anybody. I'm going to try to go live more just to check in. If you ever need to get a hold of me, you don't have my number, you don't have my email, and you say, oh, I got to get a hold of Rock, leave me a comment on one of my posts. I read them. I respond. I love talking to everybody. Love seeing what everybody's doing, having conversation, especially about Wrangler and these kids. Whatever we can do to get Wrangler and these kids back together, I think it should happen. I know Wrangler sees a therapist. I know like I said, he's really involved with his church. He's doing all the things he's supposed to do. He's got a job, a good job. Black Couple says, after all this time, Wrangler has more than proven himself to be a responsible father. I'm going to agree. Now, at some point, he was doing drugs. Alcohol was his main drug, alcohol, whatever you want to call it. That was his vice. That's what he liked, was alcohol. And he stayed completely away from that. So he's did much better. Let's see. Yes, Jay Thomas. Howdy, Jane. Sorry, had to run to the bathroom getting sick. Oh, no. Well, I hope you get to feeling better. I hope it's just a bug and you get to feeling better, Hawkeyes. Jane says, Wrangler's a good, strong young man. He's passed through tests. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that Wrangler has even, how do I say this? I mean, he knows his mom's in jail, and she does call him. There's no doubt. Until they start court and stuff, that's probably when it's really going to get him about what has really went on here, too. Sometimes it's so overwhelming, you kind of push it to the side. And That's easy to do. And I think he'll handle it well. His mom was pretty controlling, but he loved his mom. And he still does, I'm sure. So to try to wrap your head around why this was done, Veronica and Jillian, there's just no excuses. None. Zilch. Jason says, I re-listened to your live from October that had the clips of the farmers. They knew a lot on that day. Yep. And for those women not to be found for 14 days. Yeah, absolutely. They knew. Well, I played that audio more than once. That particular farmer had just went and talked to OSBI, comes back. He talks about how he's warned Beasley. Then he talks about how he's got to warn me and I've got to go stay at his house. Yeah. So yeah, people in that area did know. That's what I'm saying. Some of them knew probably every detail, to be honest. There was a young guy, and I hope he's doing well. He got in a rollover accident, but one of the farmer's sons, nice kid, they had come to what we called the command post, little house across from Four Corners that we started, and if people wanted to come help look, they met me there. Anyway, I was sleeping in my vehicle at night because I really thought that something was going on across at Four Corners, and I didn't want to leave that area. But anyway, this young man, his dad was drinking and kept going to the bathroom. And this young man told me about Blacktop Road. He told me about the skidster. And he told me about a hammer that was missing a handle. Well, one of the people that's been arrested, is in jail, lives off of Blacktop Road. Come to find out, he used a skidster to dig that 10-foot hole. And there was a hatchet or a hammer found at the scene without a handle. And we're talking 3 days in, this kid knew it. So if this kid knew it, and I'd asked him, how do you know this stuff? I heard my dad. So this kid knew by listening to his dad on the phone. That tells me that people in the area absolutely knew. Absolutely knew. So am I going to sit here and call the other creator a liar? No. If he says he's got crime scene photos, he probably does. I just find it hard to believe that OSBI is not questioning where'd you get them crime scene photos? Who sent them? Okay, it's Jane. I'm laying down, but excited. Rock is live. Thanks, Black Opal, for letting me know. Yes, thank you, Black Opal. Listen, I went ahead and I did some videos just of the songs. I downloaded the songs so that if you guys want to go listen to them, you can. And I saw people was commenting. I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll just go live. Give everybody a chance to talk. So your comments is what made me want to go live. I was like, well, people's around and they want to talk. Let's just go live. Yeah, can Hawkeyes please stop being sick? I'm going to agree with that. Oh, by the way, I do want to share something. Bianca is a big part of our channel. We all love Bianca. And Bianca has been doing a lot of music, and she started her own channel. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to play some of that music too. But Bianca is doing music on the Idaho 4. And she did say the other day there's several songs she wants to do for the Kansas Moms and the Rock Talk group. I do want to share her channel too. But I'm gonna play you some of her songs because we love Bianca. And if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to Bianca's channel. I do remember when Outkast talked her into doing this channel, and she got a lot of subscribers. She was really surprised. And again, she's not doing it for money either. She just makes all this music, and why not share it? Why not share it? Okay. Let's see here. Here is Bianca's YouTube. Let's start with this one.
What up, what up? What up, what up, what up, what up? Step right up, the show's begun. where truth's a joke and drama's fun. From live stream chaos to primetime glare, the Guilters parade is on the air. Come on in, folks, says JLR, spinning wild tales like a shooting star. Facts are missing, but hey, who cares? When the clicks roll in, the truth's not there. Oh, Guilters, loud and proud, selling theories to a hungry crowd. No receipts, just noise and play. In the Guilters world, it's all cliche.
Clay use maps up like a mystery maze. Here's the villain in a fiery blaze. But critics laugh, it's a guessing spree. CSI, more like fantasy. With the light, a fiery start, turning crime into an abstract art. Oh, Guilters, loud and proud, selling theories to a hungry crowd. No receipts, just noise and play. In the Guilters world, it's all cliche. Nancy Grace with her booming shout, breaking news with a sprinkle of doubt, setting up shop like a courtroom queen, turning sorrow into a media scene. Ashley whispers, I've got the scoop. It's yesterday's news wrapped up in a loop, fishing for tears with a well-placed stare, breaking hearts just to get on air. Oh, Guilters, loud and proud, selling theories to a hungry crowd. No receipts, just noise and play. In the Guilters world, it's all cliche. Daniel with his whiskey in hand, slurring theories no one planned. Pour another round, let the chaos flow. It's the Drunk Turkey Show, don't you know? Who's low? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Gio with his whiskey in hand, slurring theories no one planned. Pour another round, let the chaos flow. It's the Drunk Turkey Show, don't you know? Oh, Guilters, loud and proud, selling theories to a hungry crowd. No receipts, just noise and play. In the Guilters world, it's all cliche. Spin and sell and twist and shout. The Guilters parade is all about clout.
Anyway, yes, Bianca is very talented. Very, very talented. And she enjoys doing it. She does a lot of AI. And she, just because you have AI do music, you have to tell AI the theme and the songs. Let's go list. You know exactly what you want in the song. She's doing an amazing job. Amazing. I'm sure Bianca is sleeping right now. I don't even know what time it is in Australia, but I always want to give her props. Very good-hearted. She don't have a mean bone in her body. We love her. Last night, me and Debsy was in Discord and we was watching the UFC. Thank you, Deb. Back to the good old times. Enjoy it. If you are a part of the Discord, you can always reach me there too. It's 6:17 a.m. Thank you, Black Opal. Yeah, you're in Australia too, I know that. I should know that. Dang it. So 6:17 a.m. And she was still up at my time this morning at 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock this morning, my time, she was still up. And it's 3:20 area now. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Jane says it's 9:17 for her. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my gosh. So I was saving something for Dabbles, but I'm going to show you guys it anyway. I shared it with Bianca yesterday because I thought it was hilarious. Hilarious. Let me find it here. Oh, I got to show you. I'm going to show you guys this first. This has been cracking me up. Sorry, not sorry. This guy just cracks me up. Okay. Check this out. You want to laugh a little bit? I'm going to help you laugh. So it's called the Cheese Run. The Cheese Run. Okay. It's a cheese festival. People go from all over the country over here to run down this hill. Now, pay close attention because these people are flying. UFC, you know I love UFC, but that was the worst fights last night. I'm going to tell you guys, the UFC fights last night were boring, but we watched them anyway. Actually, I think Deb C fell asleep after the fights. But yeah, they were boring. But this Saturday, my favorite, Sugar O'Malley, is fighting Murad. And then also, Kayla Morrison is fighting Peanut, Juliana Peanut. And whoever wins that one is going to fight my favorite female fighter, which is Amanda Nunes. She is coming back from retirement. So next Saturday, we'll be in Discord watching it. Anybody that wants to watch the UFC, but check this out. Tell me what you think. Now, you got to pay close attention because they're going to be rolling down these hills fast.
Hey, legends, it's that time of year again. It's the Cheese Rolling Festival. Or, with the amount of people filming the event on their phones this year, you might say it's a bloody Coldplay concert. No, I'm not being a cynical wanker. It's great. Cheese and those who care about cheese and chase it down what is basically a cliff deserve the mainstream credibility. And it's, yeah, look at her. It's admirable. It requires dedication. It's about having limits, but not giving a shit about those limits. But most importantly, it's about seeing if people can fly. Crikey. Genocide, war, the impending collapse of our planet. One bloke can make us all forget about that. A simple man living a simple life for cheese. Fuck me dead. How many angles of this guy do we have? Not enough would be the answer to that. But seriously, is he okay? Are any sports journalists interested in that story? Alived, unalived, anyone? I mean, what is the point of Are You OK Day if we're not all checking in on this dickhead to see if he's okay? He just vanishes behind the house. This picture speaks 1,000 words, at least. She's crying. There's a solitary tear running down her cheek. Meanwhile, the human next to her is upside down, lost, confused, hurt. Overall, every year, this tradition reminds me that our species is never changing. If we want to be reckless, idiotic, and wasteful with our well-being, that's our choice. That is our right. It's our God-fucking fair dinkum given right. At least for cheese.
Cracks me up how he says, fuck me dead. I think that is a common phrase in Australia, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Fuck me dead is something that's pretty common, right? Let's see here. He had several that, man, it cracked me up watching the Cheese Run. The Cheese Run was pretty interesting. This guy's interesting anyway. I've been following a little bit of his stuff. Cracks me up. There was another one. Let me see here. He had another one in the shorts. Let's see. Was it a short or was it a video?
But most importantly, it's about seeing if people can fly. Crikey. Genocide, war, the impending collapse of our planet. One bloke can make us all forget about that. A simple man living a simple life for cheese. Fuck me dead. How many angles of this guy do we have? Not enough would be the answer to that. But seriously, is he okay? But most importantly, it's about seeing if people can fly.
Anyway, I just found it just crazy entertainment for me. And yeah, fuck me dead. Is that common? Is that a common saying? Fuck me dead? I kind of feel like it might be. Feel like it might be. Anyway, go check out Aussie Man Reviews. Oh, I thought I was already subscribed. I must have subscribed under Dabbles. But he's got some funny shit, I think. But the funniest is the cheese run. And I found that Saturday because I was bored. I was like, I gotta find something to make me laugh. Oh my gosh. Let me get back to what you're saying here. Put myself back up here. Okay. Get back to chat. I don't know where I stopped, so here we go. Black Opal and I celebrate birthdays twice. My birthday month. Awesome. Happy birthday. You have to let me know what day your birthday is, 'cause I should know. And anybody else whose birthday's in June. I'm sure Bianca will do a birthday song. So Hawkeye says, Rock, you would laugh. One night we had so many fuck ducks. Laugh out loud. You know, we had like 30 damn wild turkeys walking in our street. Like, I think it was Friday. I was telling Rick about it. So you see all them turkeys? I don't know where they came from, but we had a lot of turkeys. Black Opal says, yes, definitely. Fuck me dead. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Like I said, I think that's part of the language, right? 24 ducks. Oh, the 24th is your birthday. Okay. Let me write that down. The 24th. Yes, I was there last year for your birthday. Absolutely. Anyway, we're going to start going live on Dabbles too. Again, just somewhere to talk and catch up with everybody. Hawkeye says, just saw a comment on me, Rock. I'm sucking up to you. No, listen, we go a long ways back, Hawkeyes, and if people don't want to accept the fact that we're family, we get along, they can fuck off. Don't let shit people say get to you. People's gonna say stuff. We don't care. I love having you in my life. As a matter of fact, I'm planning on trying to make a trip there next time I go to the Springs. Come down and spend some time with you. So just don't let anybody get to you, because again, fuck them. Yes, Nighthawk and Hawkeyes loves you. Oh, well, I love you too. I love everybody in here. There's very few that is blocked from this channel. And most people that come to this channel, we don't have a real big crowd. And I don't want a big crowd. I like having every one of you and having our conversations. I don't try to grow my channel. I don't, like when people want to share my channel, I really don't even want to share my channel. I like having the group that we have and the conversations we have. I don't care if there's only 5 of you in here. I wouldn't care if there's 1. We would still talk. And this channel's been through some shit and some Discord. And we've weeded through all that. Got all the bad people out. So don't cry. I love you too. Like I really do. But if people wants to keep trying to cause chaos, keep them people out of your life. That's what I got to say. Don't let them, fuck them dead. How about that? I don't know if that's the right phrase, but fuck them dead. I don't give a shit. You know? Yeah, Discords can get really crazy. Our Discord is very, you and Opal should come join it, but we are very small, and small for a reason. I only let very few people in that Discord. It's not a public Discord. Like I said, me and Deb, we Saturday night we watched the UFC in there, and we hadn't did that in a while. I not did that in a while. Hey, Bianca, we just shared your channel, love. As a matter of fact, we'll share another song. Oh, and I know that everybody just loved it. We want you to write more. We enjoy the stuff that you're writing. And it's really good. Really, really good. As a matter of fact, you just wrote one this morning. that we'll share. She's got another song that she wrote. That's what we do. So if you have not went and joined Bianca's channel, please do. Please do. She deserves all the people looking at her good music, because that's what we like to do. We like fun things.
And Taylor's got that iron mind, cutting through the gossip grind. Gag orders try to cage the truth, but she's the bulletproof sleuth. Queen on defense, sharp and true, breaking lies that slip right through. Leaks and rumors watch her dance, justice stands a fighting chance. Whispers fly, but Anne's ahead, turning rumors round instead. Victims wake, the stakes are high. She's the truth that won't say die. Queen on defense, sharp and true, breaking lies that slip right through. Leaks and rumors watch her dance, justice stands a fighting chance. No smoke or mirrors, no deceit, and fights on with steady feet. In the courtroom's roaring fight, she brings the truth into the light. Queen on defense, clear and wise, cutting through the twisted lies. Leaks and rumors watch her dance, justice stands a fighting chance. Queen on defense, sharp and true, breaking lies that slip right through. Leaks and rumors watch her dance, justice stands a fighting chance. Whispers fly, but Anne's ahead, turning rumors around instead. Victims wait, the stakes are high. She's the truth that won't say die. Whispers fly, but Anne's ahead, turning rumors around instead. Victims wait, the stakes are high. She's the truth that won't say die. No smoke or mirrors, no deceit, and fights on with steady feet. In the courtroom's roaring fight, she brings the truth into the light. Queen on defense, clear and wise, cutting through the twisted lies. Within Anne Taylor, justice rings. Hear the truth when freedom sings.
Again, very good, Bianca. You're doing a great job. I love it. So somebody did ask me earlier about Christopher. This is what I know about Christopher. Christopher had lost his phone and lost all of his contacts. I was able to get a hold of him. And somebody in his apartment had given him a phone that he could use. Well, that was on a Friday. On Monday, that gentleman wanted his phone back. So with that said, Christopher told me that I'd send him several lifelines where you can get free phones. And he said it was going to take 10 days. It's been almost 2 weeks. So hopefully he'll be back and in contact with us soon. So I didn't forget that comment. We're just waiting to hear back from Christopher. When we did talk to him, he had had some rough times. He was doing really good, though. And things were going forward. There was Lavender paid for his May rent at his apartment, and Nona Lola had paid for his June rent. So he's set. You know, he just went through some tough times, and we was able to help him out. So Heather Fitzgerald is now Lucy Morningstar, and it's going to be really hard for me to call you Lucy when I know you're Heather, but we love Heather. And Heather says, hey, y'all, just popping in to say happy Sunday and leave some DNA. We appreciate that. So if you're subscribed to Heather Fitzgerald, it's Lucy Morningstar now. So I'm going to try my damnedest to start calling her Lucy Morningstar. Yes, we are all stronger now. Listen, you know, we are strong enough to know when we make mistakes. I make mistakes too. There was a lot of stress in the beginning of this Kansas mom's case. You know, I wasn't getting much sleep, a lot going on. And we had a lot of bad actors in this group that honestly, I don't think they was really out to get justice. I think they were miserable and they was out to cause chaos. So with that said, the chaos is gone, and I like it. I like it being gone. So moving forward, we all gonna love one another, and we're just gonna keep on moving on. Mama La Stranda, it's always good to see you. I see you over in Tommy's in Colorado Ped Patrol, and I appreciate you sending me when they're live, and I do tune in. And I hope things are going for you, good for you, Mama La Stranda. Let's see here. Yeah, Outcast, I did share his link. Outcast is doing the audio and the video on Idaho 4. He also is helping a lot of small creators. He shows their channels on his channel. He started out very small, a little over a month ago, and he's got almost 3,000 subs. So he's on late night, usually 9, 10 o'clock at night, and he'll go for 3 or 4 hours. So if you're somebody that's got insomnia, check out Outcast, especially if you're into the Idaho 4 case. Let's see here. Absolutely. You know, in these YouTube streets, it happens. It happens when creators, if a creator's doing really good, some other creators don't like that. And I've never understood that. You know, if there's a creator that I don't like, I just don't go there. I don't go in there to even put, I don't like you in the comments. I just don't go there. We have another creator that was doing the Kansas Moms case, and he just happened to be in town last Saturday. And I'll be honest, I did not, he texted me. I said, Rock, I'm in ICT, give me a call. I didn't see that text. And by the time I saw it, I didn't call back. But that guy was always digging at me. You know, he needs to just go do his channel and leave me alone. I am not one that you can try to stab in the back and then act like I'm your friend. Okay? So with that said, I wouldn't have called him back. Even though I didn't see it, I wouldn't have called him back if I would have seen it. You can't sit there and try to dog me and then think I'm going to be your friend. It's not going to happen that way. I only want positive people in my life, and I want to be positive for the people that's in my life. And if I'm faking liking somebody, then that's not being positive. And anybody that knows me knows I'm not real good at faking liking at all. If I don't like you, you usually know. But I'm not going to spend my good energy to try to take you down or even waste time with you. I'm going to spend my good energy on folks like you that's in this channel, the family that Rock has got here. I'm going to spend all that good energy on you. I'm not going to spend that energy sending it the bad way. Love Quinn, good to see you, love. Love Quinn, I met over on Outcast channel. I love her. She's really, really a nice person. I've met a lot of good people over there, and I appreciate it. I don't go over there, and I don't ever say when I'm going live, and I do appreciate people coming in here. But I also understand that a lot of people don't know what the Kansas Moms case is about, and we talk about a lot of different things. Again, when you find creators you like, stick with them. If you find a creator you don't like, don't go there. Stay as far away from there as you can. That's one thing that we can all do. You control your own destiny and who you have in your life. Hawkeye says, Rock, you may remember you helped me create Hawkeyes to move away from Nighthawk, my business. Yes, I do remember that. Quinn, love you too. Absolutely. Christopher, we still got our Christopher. Is he okay, Rock? Okay, yes, he's okay. He's waiting on a phone to come in. He's trying to get his disability, and he had lost his phone. His phone broke. He didn't have any contact numbers. He was able to get a hold of us. Somebody in his apartment gave him a phone, then they took it back. So he's waiting to get a phone. He's going to get one of the free government phones. So hopefully that answered that. Love Quinn says, hey, Bianca Hawkeyes. Hope your day's been well. It's been great. How's your day going, Quinn? Hopefully it's going well. Quinn, I was just showing him the cheese run. The cheese run down the hill. The other day I was in the Discord and I wanted something to laugh about, and I found that damn cheese run, and it was hilarious. Sometimes my sense of humor is not like everybody else's, but you know, I gotta laugh. I gotta laugh here and there. You got to have positive things. Love Quinn says that Rock Talk True Crime, the feeling is so mutual. I am so thankful to have met you. I'm so thankful to have met you too. Much love to you, and I'm glad you're here. Like I says, better that I'm around positive folks. Yeah, I mean, if you surround yourself around people that's not positive, then you're going to not be positive. So there's no other reason to even waste your time on people that's not positive. Ostrich says she watched the cheese roll last night. I was dying. Yes, it's freaking hilarious. What is that saying? Fuck me dead over in Australia. Fuck me dead. It had me laughing so hard. Yes, we need some Christopher. Absolutely. And Christopher's going to go to court on July 30th. So in the Panhandle for me. Love Quinn, the cheese run, the guy in the red shirt. He got some air, for sure. Got some air. Absolutely. Watched the cheese roll last night. I don't even know how I found the cheese roll, but I did. And it's funny. It is so funny. We do a cheese run. Cheddar will. Oh, the cheddar will. Did they run down a steep hill like that? I noticed that they was covering the people up that was hurt with blankets, like so that the media couldn't see it. Let's see here. I mean, I guess you just hope that you make it out alive for the cheese run, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I've watched something else. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to show you guys this. Okay, so with the cheese run, I watched it today too. But anyway, there is an American girl from North Carolina who went all the way there to do the cheese run. She won in that group, and all the way from North Carolina. Isn't that crazy? Let's see here. Let's see if I can share this. Libby, Alex, I just joined. Are you talking about the cheese roll in England? Yes. You've been there? Oh my gosh, it's awesome. My mom grew up just down the hill from the cheese roll. I'm telling you what, the cheese roll cracks me up. Cracks me up. Let's see here. Here's another one. Let's see what it does here.
After a 2-year break, I'm excited to see everything going back to normal. Yeah, no, I consider this going back to normal. This is what peak physical and mental health looks like in a general population. It is. Yeah, no, it is. How's your neck? He's all right. Is that a bloody flamingo? It's good to see they put a legal document on the fence this year. This is a professional event. Off goes another roll of cheese. This must be the women's sprint. Have a look at the Sheila on the outside in black and red. She is galloping ahead by 3 to 4 lengths. She's either going to win the cheese or break her neck. No in between. There's a comeback. No, she holds on. She's been sprayed in the face by Cooper's Hill, right in the eye. Let's see if we can get an interview with her.
I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, what brings you here?
Yeah, the cheese race.
You come over here first.
Yeah.
Fuck you dead, North Carolina. America has infiltrated the Gloucestershire Cheese Rolling Festival. Of course they have. Nah, she did well. She went full American. No thought put into the consequences, but 110% pure commitment. Cheese throw, majority of fellas are slow out of the gate. It's complete and utter chaos. The wanker in red is pulling away. Oh, wait a sec. He was sliding peacefully and then bam! Hits a massive speed bump. Meanwhile, he's being chased by a pack of rag dolls. Go back down. Yeah, his pants are fucked. Big atomic wedgie. Ow, ouchie. An endless and infinite parade of ouchies. Look at the grey hoodie fella. He rocketed to the front of the pack. What were the odds on him? I think I had him in the trifecta. Fucking It's all fun and games till someone smashes a face. He can't decide whether he should laugh or cry. There's an ambulance. That's nice. There's Post Malone without tattoos. He's taking a moment. This is a safe way to do it. Holy shit, a rugby player came out of nowhere. So if you survive the hill, you then have to survive rugby players dishing out a shit mixing. What do you crazy buggers want to do next year? You want me to bring some saltwater crocodiles over? We'll chuck them at the bottom. That's a fun family day out, isn't it? Okay, this is the championship round. There's one man and one man only. That's Captain England in the middle. Fucking Air Jordan, eat your heart out. Seriously, no one can keep up with him. I reckon he's been training. He has used the pandemic to become a cheese-rolling beast. Atomic wedgie at the bottom of your screen, and then everyone else is running their own race. Yep, winner, winner, cheesy dinner. The crowd bloody loves it. They love it. Look at the media this year, popping off. Well done to every crazy bastard out there. Well done. This has been a fun video for me because I've been able to make fun of British people and Americans at the same time. There she is. It's like a fair dinkum perfect day at work for me. Wacky whack the like button and subscribe, you legends, and check out Aussie.
Yeah, that was quite funny. Yeah, having that Aussie guy, the Australian, commentate that is so hilarious. So hilarious. Ostrich, was you able to watch his, or did you watch one of the others? Because he does do a really good job commentating. Amy Conway in the house. We love Amy. Hope everything's going well. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely love our Amy, our Jane. We love all of our friends and family from overseas in other countries. Love having everybody here. So you was talking about the Lori Daybell trial. I think she does it for attention, and I'm going to have a hard time trying to cover her when she just does it for attention. I do follow her son, Colby, and so I don't watch a lot of the Lori Daybell. I just watch it when he goes over it. If you haven't had a chance to follow Colby, he's Lori Daybell's son, and man, what a strong human he is to put up with the things he's put up with his mom. Amy Conway says, hey, Jane, just put in drops, think 25% more to go, but no pain. Thank you, love. I hope that is working for you, Amy. Absolutely. And we got Lucy Morningstar, previously Heather Fitzgerald. I'm not going to keep saying that in my life, because obviously she wants to go by Lucy. As a matter of fact, let's share her channel while we're at it here. But I know her as Heather, and you guys know her as Heather. So she does have a channel too, and we are going to share it. Heather, I will try really hard to start calling you Lucy. Now that everybody knows who Lucy is now. Okay. We will share your channel. She does a lot of videos on the Idaho 4. Actually, I think that's all she does is Idaho 4. We'll get that on the screen. If you have not subscribed to Lucy, please do. And it says Heather Fitzgerald. See, you're going to catch me. When I go click to share your channel, it says Heather Fitzgerald. Love Quinn says, it reminds me of my first time drinking. Yeah, going down the hill. Cheese Hill, that's so funny. I followed it for 6 years. Yeah, that's, man, another cold case. I remember when Entertainment Tonight was over in Hawaii and was asking her about where her kids were when they were trying to find where her kids were. Got your glasses on? I still don't have my glasses on. I should put them on. Ostrich says, I agree, Rock. She does it for attention, and she is at the end of her attention after this trial. Yeah. Yeah, definitely for attention. I agree. There is Lucy's page. I am only keeping the name till BK trial is over. You can call me either, or it's not name to hide. It's to troll the notary public in Moscow, Idaho. Okay, perfect. Thank you for explaining it. I just knew you changed it. Let's see here. Lori Daybell, she's still claiming they are safe after they murdered them. Yeah. I mean, that whole case is crazy. Her brother, and now her brother's dead. Just all of it. Just nuts. Just nuts. Most entertaining court case you watched? I'll tell you, the most entertaining court case I ever watched was the Johnny Depp case. 1000%. I watched every bit of that case too. Amy Conway. I've got to take a nap. I didn't sleep for 2 nights because of ears, so I need a nappy. Yeah, I haven't been sleeping well either. I don't know what my deal is. There's Hawkeye's channel, Hawkeye's Nature, and they'll be going live soon. Soon. When she lets us know, we'll let you know. She uses a baby voice and she wants to try to get her way. And then the judge says denied. Yeah, I did see a little bit of that trial, the trial before this one, with the ex-sister-in-law on there. And I didn't like how she was saying her husband. Oh, the girl that went on a date with her husband that's deceased now. And she kept calling him her husband. What? Hawkeye says, oh, I still think they're going to get her for Joe Ryan and her brother Alex because when she's done with you, you're no longer in existence. Yeah, that's what it seems like to be her case there. Yes, I hope Amy gets some good sleep. Absolutely. I hope we all get sleep. I think every one of us has a little bit of sleeping disorder. Maybe not all of us, but a lot of us. We have a hard time sleeping. Love Quinn, Hawkeyes. Wow, that's seriously impressive. You've been there since day one. Can only imagine how you're feeling about all of this. Yeah, I'm telling you, it looks like Hawkeyes does follow Kobe, the son, Lori Daybell's son, but I really like that kid, and he's been through a lot. Absolutely. Ostrich says, Johnny Depp case was good. Yes, I think it was good too. But Lori representing herself was good also. Very comical. You know, it's sad that they even have to entertain her to her representing herself. Amy Conway, love rock. All sleepy time. Get you some good rest, sweetheart. We will have another live soon, and you can come in. Make sure you join Hawkeyes. She will be doing a live soon, too. Jane says she's a ship sleeper. I am, too. I've not been getting very good sleep. And Ostrich says she also enjoys Kobe. Yeah, that poor kid. You know who reminds me of Kobe is Wrangler. And actually, I had gotten in contact with Colby, and he was willing to talk to Wrangler. I think they would get along really well and maybe be really good support for each other because their cases are a lot alike. I'll say that. Their cases are a lot alike. Anything I can do to help you in Black Opal, I'm in it for sure. Willing to help anytime, any way I can. Just let me know. Let me know. We need to get Bianca to write you a song. Need to get Bianca to write you a song for your intro. What do you think, Bianca? Can you do that? Can you write them a song? Ostrich says, yes, I think Kobe could definitely be a good influence for Wrangler. Absolutely. They went through a lot of the same thing. And their mothers are never going to get out of prison, ever. And having to deal with that is going to be hard. And somebody that's dealing with the same situation that Wrangler's in, I think it'd be a good thing. At least, you know, somebody to talk to. Okay, Hawkeyes. We are considering doing a news anchor show with all funny stuff. Yeah, I mean, we like the Australian lady, Beachy. She's freaking hilarious too. I love the fact that it's going to be a good comical channel, nature channel. Get away from the true crime stuff. Hopefully you won't have all the trolls over there and people that go there. It's just going to be people that enjoy your stuff. That's the biggest thing. You know, having, you know, one person that's just really enjoying your comment is going to be great. Than having 10 that's just in the chat just being asses. Yes, to get away from true crime once in a while and do something funny and nice. Absolutely. I agree. I agree with that. Let's see here. There was I wanted to play something else too. Where is it at? I've not made a video for the other song that Bianca made. Which one is it? I think it's this one.
Let me tell you about a crew that's cooler than cool. We got the Rock Chalk family breaking every rule. Deb's typing so fast, smoke's coming from the keys. She's got emails done before you've even said please. Nora's out of bowling, dodging wings on the lane. A tornado's chasing, but she's like, not today. Like it's crooning Jolene, giving Dolly a run. Christopher's like, y'all, Bible study's more fun. Beach babies out there building castles in the sand. Lavender's so sweet, she's got bees holding hands. Rock Chalk chaos, the party never ends. We got love, we've got jokes, we've got weird best friends. Every day's a circus, and we wouldn't change a thing. Rock Chalk family, we're the Chaos Kings. Ostrich hit the spotlight, now she's signing autographs. Bianca's got tunes that'll make you bust a laugh. Jezebel's on a broomstick, Starbucks in hand. She says, living the dream, honey, that was my plan. Holly K's so stunned, she breaks cameras with a glow. Leroy's just vibing like go with the flow. American Honey's cracking jokes at full throttle. Tiny Todd solving puzzles while sipping from a Rock Chalk chaos, the party never ends. We got love, we've got jokes, we've got weird best friends. Every day's a circus, and we wouldn't change a thing. Rock Chalk family, we're the Chaos Kings. Girly girls here spreading love by the mile. She's got strangers turning hearts with just a smile. Meanwhile, the crew's got shenanigans on lock. Who needs a calm life when you've got Rock Chalk? To the wildest team around. We got storm sweet tunes and a love that's profound. If you think your family's cool, you better just walk, cause nobody beats the wild wacky Rock Chalk. Rock Chalk forever. Rock Chalk forever.
Yeah, another song that Bianca did, and Bianca, you can put them on your channel too. Get all kinds of music on your channel. Again, hopefully she can do one for Hawkeyes too. It looks like Jane's wanting one done. Yes, Bianca rocks. Absolutely. Absolutely rocks. Well, I tell you what, guys, I'm going to get off here. We will be going live more. Oh, I wanted to bring this up. God, I got something in my throat. Hold on. Let me get a drink. So, with that said, I saw something. What does everybody think about Trump and pardoning the Christies? You know, they still owe $13 million. They get a full pardon and get to walk away from their debt. What do you guys think about that? And then there was a clip yesterday. As a matter of fact, let me find it. I'm going to find it because then I'm not starting rumors. You're going to see it. Because I said this to Quinn. Quinn, I'm gonna bring up the clip that I saw. Anyway, this clip is talking about Donald Trump saying that he, in his meeting yesterday, saying that he would pardon Diddy if he's convicted, if he feels that Diddy is treated unfairly. I don't even want to go there, but that really pisses me off. Pisses me off that he even says that. Okay, let's go there. Let me share this clip with you. This is where I saw it. And the title is Breaking Trump Pardoning Diddy. Rick's in the living room saying, don't pardon that motherfucker.
Diddy, if Diddy gets convicted. And I'm not just saying it. Donald Trump said it today. And it's both stunning
Jane, we ain't liking him
and
either,
in a way
love.
predictable. And I want to talk about this
We ain't
because
liking him either.
I am fascinated by what is going on in Donald Trump's world. And, you know, I just finished doing our podcast, Two Angry Men, with Mark Garagos, who is my co-host on the show, on the podcast, whose daughter, Tenny Garagos, is one of Diddy's defense lawyers. Mark is not allowed to really speak about the case because of this gag order, which I think is frankly unconstitutional. That's another story. But Joe Tacopina, an incredible defense lawyer, joined us, and we talked about this. Joe Tacopina represented Donald Trump.
Now, let me say this. I don't agree with this, and I don't agree with the decisions being made at all. At all. And listen, I know, Jane, I know you don't like him, and I'm not liking him either, love. I'm not liking him at all either. And this right here has really got me worked up. Really got me worked up. What about all these people that he's did wrong and all this nasty stuff he's did? I find it a disgrace. But I'm not happy with him pardoning the Christies either. You know, they still owe $13 million. We have to pay our taxes. Why don't they have to pay theirs? That's how I feel about that. Anyway, I won't play the whole thing. Sorry about that, Jane. I wanted to play it, though. I wanted people to know he's not just trying to do the Christies. What do we think about all these pardons he's doing? I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right what he's doing. Sorry, Jane. Again, sorry. But we vote here, okay? Us that live in America, we got to stand up. When things aren't right, we got to say something. It's what we do. We stand up. We stand up and say what we think. So Mama Las Rondas says, oh, no, he better not. That's not even cool at all. That monster needs to stay locked up. See, I agree. Absolutely agree. There was 13 done last week, pardons that Trump did. All the pardons that was done last week was overtax. So anyway, let's see here. I kind of cut it off. I'm going to finish playing a little bit of it.
In the sexual assault trial with Ms. Carroll. And I got to say, he made some points that really made me think. And he said, look, Donald Trump now says that he has not been directly contacted by anybody in connection with Diddy, but Diddy used to like him a lot. Once Donald Trump started running for office, Diddy took some shots at him, and Donald Trump mentioned that, but said he used to like me a lot. And if he is treated unfairly, and I believe that, I would consider a pardon. He said that in the middle of the trial, which is crazy, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But when you think about the lens through which Donald Trump views the justice system, it is really interesting, because Donald Trump thinks he was a political target with 4 prosecutions. And I got to say, the Stormy Daniels prosecution, I have always had trouble with. You know, that is, 34 felony convictions for having sex with a porn star and not coming clean about it. When you look at that, who else would be treated that way? And again, I don't care what you think of Donald Trump. Forget about what you think about Donald Trump for a minute, because I'm not going to say, look, I knew him for 20 years before he ran for office. And I've had a lot of problems with Donald Trump, with his positions, various positions. But I got to say, when you look at like the Stormy Daniels prosecution, and I got to say, with the way they heaped on, case after case against him, his view of this is that the justice system is stacked against political opponents. And that's his lens. He thinks that's the way the system works. And Joe Tacopina had some interesting thoughts about that. He said, look, anybody who is targeted in a criminal justice system and comes out either clean or, even if they're convicted, believes they were mistreated, when they get out, they never view it the same. Even if it's a progressive Democrat going in, if they feel they've been mistreated, coming out, they have disdain for the justice system. Donald Trump clearly has disdain, but in some ways, you got to understand that. You got to understand where he's coming from, that he thinks that this is all lawfare. And look, I mean, we've kind of seen it on both sides. Joe Biden said that about the prosecution of his son, Hunter Biden, when he pardoned him. So It's on both sides that people feel like the justice system is weighted against them. So it's not unsurprising that Donald Trump would start pardoning people, A, who supported him, and B, who he believes were unfairly treated. Even if we don't feel they were unfairly treated, we're not looking at their cases through his lens. So it seems crazy sometimes, I think, when you look at the January 6th pardons, when you look at the Todd Chrisley pardon, when you look at various other pardons, you're thinking, why is he doing this? Well, there's an answer to that. So what I asked Joe Tacopina today was, look, what about his kids all of a sudden coming out and supporting Trump? The way the Chrisley's daughter came out and supported Trump, the way the Chrisley's daughter spoke at the Republican convention, the way she wore a Make America Great Again hat, the way she supported Donald Trump, that made a big difference in the decision to pardon her parents. So if Diddy's kids receive that message and Donald Trump is as transactional as he clearly is, what would happen if Diddy's kids just suddenly, not in court, not wearing a MAGA hat in court, but suddenly show their support for Donald Trump's once friend, Diddy? What if they do that? As transparent as it would be, Donald Trump seems to like things like that. Now, the final thing I want to say is this. I asked Joe Tacopina, what about Trump's comment? What does it do to the jury? And he thought it was a nightmare for Diddy that Donald Trump said this. And the reason he thinks that is when the jury goes into deliberations, they could end up saying, well, look, I mean, even if we convict him, because we kind of think he's guilty, we're not sure he's guilty, but if we find him guilty, he's probably going to get pardoned because Trump kind of sent that message. So we might as well convict him, do what we think is right, even though we don't know it's right, and he'll get pardoned anyway. So Tacopina thinks this was awful for Diddy that Donald Trump said this in the middle of the trial. I'm going to end by telling you a quick story. When I was, I think, 19 years old, the Charles Manson case was being tried in Los Angeles, and the jury went up the stairs into the courthouse one day, and there was a newsstand, and there was a Los Angeles Times newspaper with a headline that said, Manson guilty, Nixon declares, when President Nixon was president. The defense went in and asked for a mistrial because they said the jury was so influenced by Richard Nixon, who was president, that Charles Manson and his followers could not get a fair trial. The judge actually took that seriously, did not grant the mistrial, but it was a huge deal that Richard Nixon had said that, and the jury saw that headline. So presidents make a difference. And I just think this is so interesting that right in the middle of this trial, Donald Trump gets lobbed this question, and he inserts himself into the United States versus Sean Combs. It is just an amazing world we live in.
There you go. Anyway, that was interesting to me. Doug from Backwood Beats came in. Thank you very much. Good seeing you. We got Nadia and Red in the house. Red, red, red. Yes, we have no hate here. We have no hate here. I love having everybody here. We've had hate here. Believe me, we've had it here. We get rid of it as quick as it comes in, though. Anyway, so I voted for Trump, but I'm not happy with the decisions he's making. So, and is it because all these people have money? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I probably should shut up before I get my foot in my mouth. But yeah, sometimes you gotta let people know what's going on and what's being said. Yes, hate is not welcome here. We don't want any drama. We don't want any hate. Yes, money and power. I agree. Money and power. Oh, thank you, Nadia. Hey, Tiny Tots, good to see you. I will be back in July, Tiny Tots, and we will get together. I'm going to come over to your area with the bus for a couple days, and I'll have Christopher with me. I did not forget. I got to go hang out with Beach Baby and Leroy. Kind of ran out of time, so next trip, I got you, Tiny Tots. Gonna hang out. I'll give you enough advance. That'll be July 30th. I'll let you know exactly when I'm coming down because I know you're working a lot of hours, but I'll make it to where we definitely have time together for sure. For sure. Red says he licked the like button. Thank you, Mama Las Ronda. Love you all. Hope to see everyone again soon. Yeah, we'll go live again. We might go live tomorrow. I just need to find some stuff that's interesting. And I like just chatting with y'all. Just coming in and chatting, seeing how everybody's doing. Making sure everybody's fine. Hopefully we get Christopher back in here very soon. Again, for those that just came in, we're just waiting on Christopher to get his phone. That's all we're waiting on. But we're going to end the slide for the day. Go back out and do some more mowing. But much love to everybody. Thank you to the ones that's coming from other channels and being a part of this family. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that comes here. And I love having a good time with everybody. And also, if there's something you want to share, just share it. We'll share it. That's what we like. With that said, much love to everybody. And I will tell you, a lot of times I don't even schedule lives. I just do them. I'm not going to give the haters time to plan what they're going to do. So I usually just go live. Much love, everybody. We're going to end the stream. Hopefully everybody has an absolute great day. What's left of it, Sundays is not Rick's favorite day. As a matter of fact, he's usually very, very crappy because it's Sunday. And, everybody's got to go back to work on Monday. That's where we're at. So, much love, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. I'll see you in the streets. You can always come join the Discord. As a matter of fact, we should share the Discord. Let me share the Discord real quick. Let me share the Discord. Again, I enjoyed watching the UFC last night. I'm going to try to be in the Discord more. Here is the Discord. Here's the Discord. There you go. Alrighty, let me make sure here. Bianca says many blessings. Hawkeye says amen. Yes, we'll be watching for Black Opal and Hawkeyes to go live, and we will share. We will share when they are going live. Tiny Tot says, have a good rest of your day, Rick and everyone. Thank you, Tiny Tots. I can't wait to spend some time with you for sure. Let's see here. Love, love, love. See you soon. Hello, all. Rocky's friends are mine friends. Enjoy the fantastic. Nadia, we love you. Love you, love you, love you. Red. Okay, we'll do. Okay, I was just going to say, why didn't you tell me you were going to go live? I don't tell anybody I'm going live. I just do it. Just do it. Yeah. Okay, much love, everybody. We are going to end with this song, and I'll see you guys around. Take care.
Lockjaw family rising up like a storm. Oklahoma, Kansas roots been reborn. Texas fires burned under California skies. OHIO screaming into the night. Smith & Wesson, locked, loaded, they gleam. German Shepherd pups chasing down their dreams. Fire it up from the plains to the hills. Kansas hearts beat wild, unchained by their wills. Smith & Wesson, locked, loaded, they gleam. German Shepherd pups chasing down their dreams. Fire it up from the plains to the hills. Kansas hearts beat wild, unchained by their wills. Devin Seat, I got mighty good they cry. Mama lost, holds her head in the sky. Mother Dolly Bloodlust and struggle carved lives in their veins. Legends whispered in the fields they blaze. Ignite the night, set the world in a craze. Lost and found in the shadow of fight.